Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. The shot by George, no good. Anthony against Harrell. Here's Mills. Robinson for 3. It's hauled in by Beverley. And so Beverley will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
The bench did exactly what they needed to do. Without their production, who knows if they win that game.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And here's Mills for 3. It's good. He makes his first. Shot of the game. Greg, at the beginning of every season, we'd love to see players that have worked on something during the offseason that they now have added to their game in the new season.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know, the work doesn't end when the season ends. If you're trying to improve your skill set, or if you're trying to just put on muscle, that kind of stuff needs to be done during the break. You need to have an assessment in the off right after the season. Hey, Where can I get better? And then you spend the offseason on that challenge.
The season never really ends.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Mills dishes to Anthony. Back to Mills. Fires the three. Rebound by Harrell. Mills has gone 1 of 3 from the field here. To the inside, Morris. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
And Mills kicks to Burks. Good as the jump shot falls. Beverly with the ball. Leonard on the wing. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
On defense, the home team trailing by 2, and now they decide to foul intentionally. And he commits the intentional foul. Harrell finds Beverly with the teardrop. Mills with the rebound.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Here's Burks. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. George passes to Morris. It's good. Morris has got 7.
How about the strength of Morris, shrugging off the D and nailing the shot?
And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
And they go to the intentional foul. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Patterson comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Williamson for Leonard.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Pass to Patterson. Down low. And the dunk by Zubac.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Now, here's Teague. Outside Matthews. Here's Plumlee, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Plumlee's got his second basket of the night.
Well, toughness and energy on the boards, and an easy putback to show for it.
Floats one up, and it's Williams laying it in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Teague finds Matthews. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by George. No good from Finney-Smith. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Beverly. Plumlee with the rebound.
He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything he can.
Here's George. Oh, wow!
Nice.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Here's Finney-Smith. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
T. The rebound by Patterson. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Nobody near Williams. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by 7. Off target with the open look. Teague dishes to Plumlee. Wesley Matthews on the wing. The rebound by Patterson.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
Don't sleep on Williams' ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and had... And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Plumlee out there with Jabari Parker. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Teague. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. Here's Leonard. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Pulls up, high post. That one off the back iron and out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for the Clippers right now, Williams is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Williams passes to Zubac. Passes it to Jackson. The teardrop falls in.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Mills in the corner. Off target with his 3.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
The pass to Leonard. A 3-pointer, no good. Anthony against Jackson. Mills passes to Robinson. And a miss there on the triple. Clippers leading by 7. Jackson in the corner. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
And here's Mills for 3. Drains the 3-pointer. Mills has got 9.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Morris outside. Over Anthony. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. Olynyk with the steal. Robinson kicks to Mills. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here's Leonard from 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Leonard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Robinson for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Leonard. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
He's not the biggest guy on the court, but Jackson doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll take a knock as long as he can get his points out of it.
Ray, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact and what was like going the floor to what we're seeing now. And there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. You know, eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man. And these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender. Takes the 3. Here's Olynyk. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, I love that aggressiveness from Olynyk. I mean, he can create his own offense. I mean, we all know that, but that time with a little cleanup work.
George, that's a 2-pointer. Again, Los Angeles.
Timeout.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. Yeah, and his shot selection, iffy at best tonight. A lot of forced, contested shots this game. He'll be lucky if he just gets a talking to here instead of a ticket to the bench.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Teague the pass to Matthews. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Matthews has got 6 points.
That's his second three-pointer of this quarter after not getting any in the first.
50 seconds left in the first half of the game. Offensive rebound. Zubac. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I wouldn't want to be the guy who has to keep him off the boards. He is a beast on the offensive glass.
Here's Finney-Smith. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Well, I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight because the 3, not one of them, ain't working.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel. He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Here's George. That ball is good for another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Here's Finney-Smith. His 3-pointers off the mark. And so it's Los Angeles, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll return shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Clippers?
Listen, PG-13 has been putting on a clinic. He's got the moves, the agility.
And
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Anthony is out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then it's Mills. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Robinson in at the small forward position.
Credit to D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Harrell. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Here's George. Harrell trying to free himself up. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. The Clippers shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Throw good, Paul George.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
His touch has been off tonight, and now his judgment is off, too. I mean, come on. It's not a smart shot.
Leonard, the pass to George, and the shot goes in.
And, guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Pass to Mills. Launches a 3. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Mills has got 12 in the game.
And really, as the 3-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
To the middle. Morris with the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 13.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime with the defensive end.
Burks finds Mills. Off target from 3-point range.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
From deep, George. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got his 4th rebound in this one. To Mills from past the arc. Good on the triple. He's got 15.
Second 3-pointer of the second half. 5 overall. He's killing it from long range.
George looking over the floor. Floats it up there for Harrell. The shot will not fall.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And George, here we go. Took him no time at all on that one. George has got 19 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Olynyk with it, guarded now by Jackson. Burks. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Burks has got 6 points.
You can count on Olynyk to move the ball quickly when he spots an open teammate, and that feed was phenomenal.
Jackson looking around. Lets a floater go, and there's Morris. That's good on the assist from Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
And here's George. He's got 21. And Mills in the NBA for over a decade now, GA, but he still has incredible speed that's key to his game.
And Kevin, with Mills, that end-to-end speed doesn't get shown off too often. In the half court, though, he does a great job of creating looks for himself, accelerates off of screens, can still leave a defender in the dust when he turns it on.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Both teams deciding to change it up. On defense, the Clippers. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
It's his first trip to the line. So he picks up just one from the line that time.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Clippers shooting their fourth attempt at the free throw line right here. A minute 42 left to play here in the third. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Another shot, and it's laid in by Parker.
And reading shot trajectories is a skill that Parker has worked on over the years.
Now George, he's got 24, and he gets it to go. George has got 14 points now in the second half.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Matthews kicks to Finney-Smith. Kept alive. Here's Plumlee, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Plumlee's got 7 points.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Jackson with it, picked up by Teague. Williams can't get it to go. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
Can't have any wasted possessions down the stretch.
This is the attitude Parker plays with, someone who's very willing to give it up to his open guys.
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Zubac the pass to Jackson. George with the ball. Now here's Patterson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shot clock at 3. George with the bucket.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Jackson against Teague. No good from Finney-Smith. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
Teague anticipated every move on that play and was right there to meet him each step of the way. Great defense.
Well, through 3 quarters of play. Down. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. As we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Teague, Plumlee out there with Jabari Parker. Then it's Robinson, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out in the open floor.
Robinson for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in this game. And that one's good, George.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Robinson kicks to Teague. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Here's Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got assist number 5 here tonight. Teague with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Robinson for 3. Connects from 3-point range. Robinson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Los Angeles calls timeout. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
championship night, I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, ouch. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Sinks the three-pointer.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Outside, George over Robinson. Can't cash in from the high post.
That's a nice defensive effort. Sticking right up on him. Affecting the shot.
Works for 3. Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Leonard against Anthony. Here's Morris. Got a piece of it.
Oh, and he's the rare player with a shorter arm span than his height. I mean, Leonard is still going to get his share of blocks.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Anthony. Outside Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Robinson passes to Mills over Beverly. They get it back, and Olynyk kicks to Mills. Can't hit that one. Los Angeles leading by 8. Beverly dishes to Harrell. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
Drops in the tray.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You see more teams doing this nowadays. We all are firmly entrenched in the era of the 3-ball.
Here's Leonard. Harrell trying to free himself up, and it's Leonard missing. Fast break. Here we go. Works for 3, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
I mean, I don't always like the 3 on the fast break, but the D was set up well inside.
Inside, here's Olynyk. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
Oh, and just a nice momentum bucket there by Olynyk.
George with the bounce pass. Here's Leonard on target from 13 feet. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Olynyk the pass to Burks. That one, no good. Excellent D there from George. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They led by as many as 18 points. Here's Beverly. Feeds to Leonard. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Beverly against Olynyk. It's stolen by Morris. Beverly dishes to Harrell. Bucket is good, and it's an 8-point Clipper lead.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games. No, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from three-point range, and there's no hand in his face.
And so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Mills can't hit. Outside Leonard. And right through it goes.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were